The 944 is running super well for now. I mean, it still sounds like garbage with that exhaust, so I need to do something with that. But for today, I am going to clean out the interior because it hasn't been touched since I purchased it back in April. It's still filled with the same garbage that's been in there since I bought it. I'm going to change out the seats. I have some seats to throw in because these ones are also garbage. I'm going to modify the column lock. Right now I have it riveted in its place, which isn't the safest thing. So I'm going to just cut off that column lock so there's no chance that the wheels can lock up while I'm driving it. And I'm going to test fit some wheels that I purchased a long time ago for my dune buggy that I never actually used. So I'm going to test fit those and see how they look on it, and then go from there. So just gonna go at it. Probably gonna be a lot of time lapse on this one. Got the lock cut off, in fact the whole ignition cut off, and I looked at the old shroud that it came with, and you can see here it looks like it melted somehow, probably with some of these bad wires back there. Looks like it just kind of melted the edge here. So I'm going to reinstall everything now that the wheel won't lock, and go from there. Like always, when I'm working on a car, plans change. I cleaned everything out of the car, I pulled the seats, and then went to look to see what I needed to install the new seats, and noticed that I need all new brackets. So I ordered those. Then I cut the wheel lock off, so now the car doesn't lock the wheel. That's good, so if I'm driving, it doesn't automatically turn on. Then I got the window regulator out. I'll show you that. So if you notice, there's some tape here, and it's kind of just hanging in here. You can see it's just hanging in there. I pulled all this stuff apart. The previous owner has this all electrical taped and tied up here. This I pulled to see if it works, and I am getting power to these, so I know that this is all good. Took the actual regulator and hooked it up to a battery, or a 12 volt source, and it does move very, very slowly, and I think under load it's not pushing enough power, so I think this motor is junk. Luckily I found one off of eBay, so that should be here within a week. Another day, another little bit of working on stuff. So I got the window regulator in. After I got a new window regulator that was working, I tested it out and I don't think it was the window regulator itself. I think it was just a switch. So I swapped these switches around. So the one switch over here is broken, but you need them to complete a whole circuit or none of the windows work. So I got this new window regulator in, and with this, it goes down fine now, it goes up. So got that all worked out, that's great. But now I still have to get another switch because the switch on the passenger side does not work. See, it should be controlling that one, but it's not. Now it does do this one fine, so I have to replace one switch, which is better than spending hours trying to figure out why it's not working. I'm test fitting these Epsilon Southern Ways with a 1-inch spacer. They are gonna fit pretty well against the fender. I have a 1.5-inch spacer in here. Everything's just set in for now. These aren't even tight, but the issue I have is the hub here is 5 millimeters too long for this. So I'll probably have to take these spacers to a machine shop and get 5 millimeters on the inside taken out. Still hub centric, 71.5 millimeters Porsche spec. The rears have a stock spacer. I'm guessing because the width of the drivetrain is off of the 924, which is a thinner car. And since this has a lot wider body, in the rear of the 944, they added a stock spacer, which if I didn't read about it, I would have never have guessed it being back there. But the fronts don't have one, so I can just go with a straight 1.5-inch spacer to get the Epsilons to fit, which is great because they've been hanging on my wall for like 6 years and I haven't had anything really to put them on. Got to get these modified and then order rear spacers, and we'll be good with this, the setup for the wheels. I've been all over the place putting this together, so I'm not really sure what exactly I've gone through with the video. It's been about a week's worth of stuff, so I'll just show you what I've done. First, I've got the seats installed. They were kind of a pain in the butt, but they're all universal mounts. So seats bolted in, they're both on tracks, so you can slide them forward and back. Got the windows working, but I'd have to get a new switch, so I'll get a new switch there. Tested out the wheels, which you saw. I'm guessing the next stuff I have to work on is trying to figure out the best setup for the wheels. That's including the spacers for the rear, spacers for the front, then getting the tires mounted on the wheels. I think I'm gonna go with the Toyo R888s. I have them on my 2002. They're great for autocross and small time track stuff. This will primarily be more of a track car slash rally car, so I'll have that. We'll have to figure out how to set those up, so I'll plan that out. And then I guess pretty much just making sure the car is running correctly. At some point I actually have to register and insure it. I don't have that. It's been sitting since April, so finally getting to get the car up to where it needs to be, because in the 6 months I'll be driving all of New England and back for Rally North America. So I have a lot to prepare. I gotta beat the crap out of this car and try to break it before I'm out in the middle of nowhere and the car just takes a crap on me. So those are the next steps, and I'm gonna go from there.